Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 39. All right, today we're going to look at the difference between see, look at, and watch. Throughout the years, I've often heard students, I don't know, maybe they've been taught, sometimes they say, you see a movie and you watch TV. And of course, it is correct to say see a movie, and it is correct to say watch TV, but it's not that simple. There are situations where you could be watching a movie too. So let me try to clarify it all, and where you're more likely to use one of these words than the other. So let's take a look first here. If we say see, to watch something such as a movie or television program. Yeah, when we say that we watch a movie or we watch, no, that when we see a movie, we're really talking more about the experience of enjoying the movie. We're not really focusing on the act of actually sitting there and looking at it with our eyes. We mean the whole experience of, like if you said, I went to a movie last night, you mean the whole experience of going to the theater, picking out the movie, sitting down, and enjoying the whole thing. So you say, I saw a movie last night, or you can say, I saw one on TV too, that's fine. It just, you're focusing on the experience rather than the act of, physically seeing things with your eyes. Okay, so, all right, so that, it's good to note that. Number two, to perceive something with your eyes. Now, remember, perceive, that means, that we can understand something through one of our senses. The five senses we have, sight, smell, hearing, touch, and so on. But when we say you perceive something, it means you could understand it by your sense of vision. Your sense of vision has sent an image to you, so you actually seen something and you understand it to be there. Number three, to notice without focusing on it. Yeah, a lot of times when we say see, we're acknowledging that, we got the image, with our eyes, we did see it, but we may not have paid a lot of attention to it. So that's how it's used. Let's look at the examples. The examples can help a little bit more to understand the difference. Again, so number one, I saw a good movie last night. Again, the focus is really more on the experience than the act of visually looking at it. So we do say see. And later on, we do say watch. Again, you could watch a movie too. If you're actually sitting in front of the movie, like on your couch, you say you are watching it. You're actually in the action. This watch is really more the one that's focused on actually looking at it. You're looking at something that can move. We'll get to that later. All right, did you see that red sports car on the street in front of our house? Okay, so you're just asking someone if they remember, remember that their eyes remember actually seeing it. And somebody could answer, yeah, I do remember seeing it, but I didn't really look at it. So if you say you didn't really look at it, it means you didn't focus on it. You didn't go up close to it and look at some of the details of the car. The image might have stayed in your mind as you passed it by. So, so somebody says, did you see that sports car on the street in front of our house? You said, yeah, I saw it, but I didn't really look at it. Okay. I saw a rat run by. Again, you're just acknowledging that you've seen this image go by you. Now, is it possible to say, I looked at a rat run by? Yeah, it is, but that would probably mean that you paid more attention to it. Your head probably moved as you watched it go across. Then you say that you looked at it. You'd probably be a little less likely to say watch, because watch really means that you look at it for a longer period of time, and you're more interested in it. Yeah, basically. So if the rat was running back and forth many times, you might say watch. But here when you say I saw a rat run by, you're just acknowledging that you've seen this sight go by quickly. Okay, good. So what is look? Look, or a lot of times we say look at too. To purposely, on purpose, move your head toward somebody or something and give your attention to them. This is what we mean by to look at. So a lot of times you'll actually turn your head purposely, which also implies that you already have some interest. Look, there is a rainbow. In this case is probably somebody even actually pointing. Look, a rainbow. So you probably will look up. So you could look at it. It is interesting. It'll probably hold your attention for, I don't know, a number of seconds, 10, 20, 30 seconds, maybe even a minute or so. So look, there is a rainbow. Okay. Um, Now, of course, you could say you see the rainbow, but you see the rainbow means you just can physically see it. It does not necessarily imply that you have interest in it. And we probably would not say watch a rainbow because we're going to get to that later. Usually you watch things that can move. Usually rainbows do not move in front of you, so you wouldn't say that you watched a rainbow. All right, I turn to look at that noisy child. All right, again, you moved your head. Something attracted your interest, so you're looking at it. Now, if you continue to stare for like several minutes, then you could say you're watching them. But a lot of times, even if you did this, you probably might turn away soon. If the parents thought that you were looking, it would make them feel uncomfortable, so you might naturally not do that. So again, here you say, I turned to look at. So it attracted your attention. It made you turn your head and look at it because of the noise. But yeah, so that's the way we would use that one. All right, this is a good example here. Stop looking at the pimple on my face. So, of course, probably a close friend would say that. Yeah, so again, now here you would not say watch because pimples don't move on their own. So you can't say stop watching my pimple. That doesn't make any sense. Your pimple can't move. But you would say stop looking at it. Somebody could be focused on it and just they turn their head and they just focus their eyes on your pimple. Okay. Somebody could say I saw a pimple on somebody's face, but again, you might not try to stare at it. You just acknowledge you've seen it. Maybe you try not to look at it to make the person feel uncomfortable. Okay, good. Now let's take a look at watch. Watch means to pay attention to something, or it could be somebody also, for a period of time, especially something that can move. Yes, usually we watch things that have the ability to move. They don't have to be moving at the moment, but they have to have the ability to be able to move, usually. So, okay, again, let's take a look at the first example. My boyfriend and I watched a movie as we snuggled together. Yeah, now some people might say the TV cannot move. Why do you use watch? Well, obviously the pictures on the screen do move, so you definitely say it. Actually, we use watch for movies and on TV more than probably anything else. Uh, yes, again, and usually when you're watching, your attention is focused on it, and it's for a longer period of time, so you're more likely to say watch. My brother asked me to watch his child so he could go to the bathroom. Um, yeah, of course the child can move, so you're watching him. You have to pay more attention to the child. Maybe the child could get into some trouble if you don't watch him. So here's a case where we definitely would probably say watch. Now, of course, you would not say my brother asked me to see. It doesn't matter. Of course, you can see him. He's not asking you to see him. Look at doesn't sound like you're focusing enough, so you wouldn't say look at here. All right. So these are good examples. I just write some of these other phrases just so you can again get a little bit of a better idea. Usually we say look at the stars. I've sometimes had students say that they watch stars, and that is not really correct because again we don't really see stars moving. I don't know. Do stars move as time goes by? Yeah, maybe over days and months. If the Earth is moving, maybe it's really the Earth moving. But either way, when we're looking up at the sky and looking at the stars, they're not really moving at that moment. But I mean, there could be an exception, just like this. You could watch a shooting star. The shooting star going across the sky. You could be watching it. You could be watching it moving. So you could say that. See. Well, I mean, it's possible somebody could say, I don't see any stars. in the sky. Like maybe you're in a city and the glare is blocking it. So you might say that. That means that but that goes back to this. It means you cannot physically perceive them. The image is not coming into your brain. You can't see them. So in that sense, you would use see. I cannot see any stars, from here, basically. All right. Okay. So I just added this again to try to clarify between the three. I saw a tree at the corner. Yeah, you just mean you physically saw it. I looked at that decorated Christmas tree. Yeah, because of the decoration, it probably attracted your attention. It attracted you to start focusing on it. So you might have stopped for several minutes to look more closely at it, to look at the decorations. So in that sense, you might say that you looked at the Christmas tree. But again, you would probably not say watch if nothing is moving, because trees don't usually move. So we don't usually say I watched a tree. Now again, there sometimes could be exceptions. If it's a windy day and the branches are swaying up and down, you could be watching the branches move because the wind is pushing them. But if it's a calm day and the tree is just still, you don't say that you watch the tree because nothing's going to move. It doesn't move by itself. Okay, good. So anyway, I saw a tree at the corner. I looked at the decorated Christmas tree. Again, attracted your attention. Or here you can say watched. I watched several people decorate the tree. Maybe as they were doing it, you were watching them put the decorations up. You stopped and you want to see how it turns out. You're looking at it for, I don't know, for a period of time, maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. I don't know. But either way, you can be watching them. You're watching this action happen. Okay, good. So again, just to sum it up here, we say it is possible to see something, then look at it more closely. Once you start to get interested in it, you start to focus on it. And finally, begin to watch somebody or something if you are interested in it and it can move. So again, usually we watch things that have the ability to move. Again, just like a newspaper on a table. The newspaper cannot move by itself, so you could say that you look at it, maybe if you're looking at the photos. You definitely could say you're reading it if you're really reading the words. You could say that you see it, like if you were just looking for it, but you don't usually say watch. But there's another one that sometimes I use as an example. If the window were open and there was wind blowing in and the pages were turning, and it looks like it might actually even blow off the table, then you could say you're watching. You're watching it to make sure it doesn't go off. So again, I hope that kind of clarifies the three, how we use them, when we use them. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your time.